Hello, hello, hello. You are live officially on there.
Live.
We are going live everywhere, right?
Yes, we're going live everywhere. And hey, everybody. Hi. This is episode 5. I got it wrong last week.
Okay, so it is episode
5 episodes. Yeah, this is episode 5 of BnB Live. Welcome to BnB Live. This is our live shopping and updates on Kenya and more. We're still working in our temporary studio, but I'm excited to say,
yeah, we're making progress and we're going to be there before we know it.
I signed the lease.
Oh, then it's official.
So
it's officially official.
So they are doing, we're supposed to be officially in there March 1st is when it starts, but they have said that they will let us in early if they Gracie. We have
two that are here now, not one, two.
Yes, my son's dog. Now Indigo is going to be actually participating in some future lives when dog bandanas will be a product of the week. And maybe Gracie too, if I'm watching her, but Gracie's my son's dog. She's 6 months older than Indigo. She's also a Belgian Malinois, Crazy Paws, Shepherd.
Yes.
And I gave them both some bones.
So hopefully that's going to hold them over for their segment time.
But Gracie's back there whining about something, so I don't know what her trip is.
It looks like you already got a viewer over here, Elizabeth Friedrich. We want to give you a shout out and recognize you and say thank you so much for coming in and joining us on our live feed. Every Thursday, we are here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, showcasing and highlighting a product from the beautiful collection of baskets and beads of Kenya. And I'm happy to be here again with you, Aldana.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you here. And Gracie is like right here.
Yes.
And I
just keep petting her so she just stays calm.
Yeah, she's a little bit crazier than Indigo, if you think that's possible. I don't know if you are on the Facebook page, not the page, on my Facebook profile, or you can find Indigo Malinois on Instagram. There's her playing with, I got her this ball. It's a electric, like you charge it. It's a USB thing and you turn it on and it bounces and spins all over the place. And she's just going crazy with it. And a lot of people have been liking that. So if you want to see that, you can find her on Instagram, or if you're on Facebook, go to my profile and scroll down a little. I posted it earlier this week, Psycho Paws. So they are going to the PARK later. I do not want to say that because they're too smart. They know what that means. And if I say that, they're going to think they're going now.
Right.
And we're not going now. So I'm just going to rub her ears here and hopefully
that'll keep her relaxed for sure. But prior to us getting in on this live segment, I'm not going to even say any of the details, but I just want to let all of you know that I'm really excited because before we went live, Aldana was elaborating a little bit on some of the new things as we prepare to get into the new space and what that's going to look like. Some of the other things that we're going to be doing that we're going to be incorporating into the segments. We're growing leaps and bounds every week. We also appreciate your input and your comments as well. If you want to reach out to Aldana, you can direct message her as well and share your thoughts and your concepts regarding as we continue to grow with this, live Thursday segment that we're doing, Fair Trade Network. And yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting. I like where you're headed with it and the things that you want to bring to the table with every Thursday's segment. So
right. I'm excited about it too. And we're still testing things out, seeing how it's going to work. I'm watching some other people that do live shopping, which right now we're just kind of doing a product of the week and talking about it a little bit and sharing some things on Kenya, but there's not a lot of room here to really work with the product. I mean, we can do with jewelry and such, but some of the other product, like I'm wearing the product of the week today, and I'll be talking about the tunics in a little bit. But we're limited in our space because this is our temporary studio. So we're doing kind of limited things. We have some other ideas. I came up with some things today and we're developing those ideas and then how it's going to work here. Do I need, because I'm across all platforms other than Instagram. Instagram's going from my phone. You can probably hear Gracie in the background. Instagram's going through my phone, but everything else is on StreamYard. But yeah, I need to do a test and see if I need to be live on Facebook, strictly on Facebook versus StreamYard, and if the lives are picking up while we're live. I don't know. Those are all things that I'm figuring out, and we're testing and seeing how that's all going to work. And how the show's going to work. I mean, eventually when we get in the space, I'm going to be interviewing other vendors for fair trade and other entrepreneurs, bringing them in as guest hosts as well. And we're just flushing all that out. So this show is going to grow and it's going to change. It's going to evolve. But like I was saying at the beginning, the first thing, it's like, oh, I don't know what we're doing. We have to figure this out. But the thing is, we just needed to start and get going, and then course correct and develop as we go along.
Absolutely. Yeah. And here we are. And of course, today we do have a new item that we're going to be talking about. From our first segment that we did, the first thing we did speak about was, of course, what actually launched this whole concept of baskets and beads, which is the paper beaded necklace, right?
Right.
So we talked about that in our very first segment. And from there, we've moved into bracelets. We've also talked a little bit about
last week was the chunky necklace.
The chunky necklace as well. You also did a small little demo of what it takes in order to make a paper bead and what that looks like and the process. Are demoing, and we are showcasing this beautiful piece that you're actually wearing right now, which is
it's the tunic. And it's a classy tunic. You can find it online, but we are moving these out because we are going to be making some other clothing. So it's kind of while supplies last, but let me stand up and show
stand up and model that just a little bit there. It does have also, I don't know if you'll be able to
do this.
It does have a belt as well that comes in. You could tie around your waist here and so
if you wanted to just, it's a one size fits most.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to just wear it loose, I'm kind of wearing it loose. You know what I look? I feel like I look like a mannequin.
Don't move at all, Eldana.
Right.
Just stand there.
So it has these really cool holes that you can put the belt in to tie it off if you wanted to wear it that way, or you could just wear it loose like this, and it goes down, covers the buttocks region,
and you could dress it up and you can dress it down, of course. So like if you want to wear it simple, you could probably just put on some really cute leggings, right?
Yeah.
And some flats. The colors, there go the dogs. But bear with us, you guys. But the colors are beautiful. They're bold. They're vibrant. I did mention last week in our last week's segment about how the colors are just beautiful and bold. They're perfect for the summer and the spring, as we get into that. But they are also very beautiful to wear during the fall and the winter as well. And this piece, I think, is a great piece to add to your collection. As we continue to talk about the tunic, I want to make sure that we're chiming in with all of our people that are kind of, commenting and so forth. And of course, Elizabeth is sharing about how the network continues to grow. She said the chunky necklace is gorgeous. And she's mentioning, of course, that, yes, you have on a tunic. The blue tunic is lovely. That's just a Facebook user. We don't have a name there, but we want to say thank you so much. But of course, if you're admiring it, if you like the tunic, we want to make that tunic available to you today. So, Eldana, what are the tunics going for?
Okay, well, first of all, I'll say that there's this color, there's black, and there is two colors of green. The darker green isn't on the website, so I brought that back. And they also are at Fairtrade Long Beach. There's a couple of one-offs. There's one red, one yellow.
One yellow. Is there a white still?
I don't know. Somebody bought the white. I'm going there this weekend, so there may be a white left. If you're interested in those, there's only one of each of those. But that we have a few of these left, the black, and then I think there's one or two of the light green, which are on the website. The darker green, there's a few more of those left. Now, these you're going to fall over when I tell you this price, because we are moving these out. These are great. But we want to make room for the ladies to be able to make different things, because people, when I go out and I wear different things, I get a lot of feedback. Right. Oh, do you carry that? Do you carry that? Do you carry that? That's going to be a future segment where I'm going to be modeling 3 things and saying, which one do you think that we should make, or should we make all of them?
Right, because we want to hear from you as well, the buyer.
Yeah. So So this one's sold okay, but people are more interested in the other things I've been wearing. So we are going to shift to obviously the aprons. The aprons sell like crazy, so we're going to keep making those. But as far as clothing, we're going to make different types of things like dresses and skirts and short, long dresses, maybe depending on what everybody wants. I just know when I go out and I'm wearing one of those dresses that I've gotten when I was in Kenya, it's like, oh, do you make those? I definitely buy that in a second. Somebody tried to buy a skirt off of me. Can I buy that off of you? I'm like, well, what am I going to wear? If you can't buy my skirt, I don't have anything else. So, so these today, the special, I think it's $30 online. I had reduced the price. This is $15 today. If you want to get these for $15, you just comment sold tunic and put the color, because it's not that on the website. I'll have to send you a special invoice for that. You can either comment sold tunic, royal blue, black, green, and then I'll ask you which color green you want. And then I'll send you an email to get a, or you can send me, I'll get your email address and sign you up and send you an invoice for that. And there'll be a few dollars for shipping, but not much. And so this is a great deal. These wear so nicely. They're machine washable. I usually hang mine up to dry, but you can toss it in the dryer too. I've always been one to hang up stuff to dry. I think that happened when I was living in England. I'll explain about this. This is an aside story. So when I was stationed in the UK, I was in the military. So you got issued a washer and a dryer, and the washer was in the house, but the dryer was in the little garage. But the dryer didn't have a vent to where it would go out, So all the lint would go in the garage. Well, I have a Harley. The Harley was in the garage. I wasn't going to put stuff in the dryer and have lint go on my Harley. Sorry, wasn't happening. No way, no how. So I would hang everything up. And I got used to doing that, to hang it up to dry. Yeah. And so we had little racks and stuff. They made things for that because a lot of people did that. They hung their stuff out to dry or hung it out on the line. And so I kind of got used to doing that with a lot of things.
And the piece, it feels like to me, Aldana, correct me if I'm wrong, like as far as even issues of it being wrinkled, it doesn't really have a wrinkle issue, does it?
No, you may need to press out. I mean, I don't, because I guess I'm a little lazy, but you could press out these. Okay. But this is a little slight stretch like fabric. Like a poly blend. Poly blend. And it has a little stretch to it. Like I said, one size fits most. I wear a small, but if you look on the website, Layla, who's modeling the black one, she wears a large.
Gorgeously, might I add. Very gorgeous.
Yeah, she looks great in that. And another thing, so I don't have anything on with it, but you could take a paper bead necklace. I got an orange one, and pick up the colors that are in the collar. You could do it with green or black, but this one seems to pick up nicely and give a little pop of color.
You got it?
Yeah, well, we have foam.
Like I told you guys, we are limited in regards to our space here, so we're definitely working with what we got. But
so
as you can see
how nice the color pops, and it adds just a little pop of color there. You could do a bracelet with it as well. And this is paper beads, so paper beads make a really nice. Yeah, I have a dog right here,
literally right there.
So I'll tell you something about Graciela Marie. I've named her. She likes to, she's very, well, Indigo's clingy, but Gracie's clingier. So I'm over here, stuff's going on.
And she's right there. Her foot,
so
right there.
My desk is right over here. When I'm working, she's right up against the wheel. Like I have to get up and go somewhere. It's like, how dare I? So that's one thing about this breed. They don't like it when I leave. She knows how to open the patio door.
Yeah, she's too smart for her own good.
So I have to block stuff in. It's all crazy.
And of course, you know that every time you make a purchase for Baskets and Beads, all of the product that you purchase, you're out and you're wearing it. You're doing a few things for Baskets and Beads. Number one, you're representing what Baskets and Beads is about. And that is something that we greatly appreciate because, of course, what the goal is of Baskets and Beads is to help these women and these children as well. Do we want to talk a little bit about that again, Aldana?
Yeah, about it. Well, we're building community cooperation, but we're building sustainability for women in poverty. And we believe that every woman has the ability to have a sustainable life. And so any purchase that you make, I've already purchased all this, but it helps me be able to purchase more.
Yes.
So that's part of fair trade. I purchase everything up front. That it's not like, I guess there's something called a give back model. I don't know a lot of people that do that anymore, where you take the product, you sell it, and then send the money back. That there's too much. I have too many of these. Okay, let's see. Patricia made this one, and Elbit made this one, and Dina made this one. That would be a nightmare to try to keep up with. So what I do is I purchase it either when I go to Kenya, or I order and Layla processes it and sends it to me. We ship through DHL. By the way, if anybody knows somebody has more reasonable rates than DHL,
yes,
please let me know. Everything's gotten so expensive, but
yes.
So I try to bring as much back as I can, even having an overshipment. This last time I went to Kenya, I know.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Gracie here, guys. If you guys could you might see her on this side, but you can't see her over here. But this, wow,
you can see her. You can see her there. She's just like
way up in there. Like,
she's like,
oh, you need to look at me.
Yeah,
you need to look at me. Go ahead.
Anyway, so we buy up front, and I'll just share a little bit about. I shared when I came back. I had such a interesting time. So I get 3 bags because I have a million zillion miles and stuff, and I'm Delta whatever XYZ platinum from flying so much back and forth. And so I get 3 bags. Well, anything over that is $200 for an additional bag. So I'm like, okay, I take as little as possible so I can bring back product.
More.
Right. So a bag for $200 saves greatly, because that same amount would probably cost about $600-700 to ship through DHL or any shipping service. Really, they're pretty much close at what I've found. And I thought I was cramming, and I was overweight. You had 70 pounds per bag, whatever that works out to in kilos, and I was overweight. And so I'm pulling stuff out, and I pulled so much stuff out, I had to get another bag that I attempted to take as a carry-on. And it's like I had this carry-on and another carry-on, and this guy in the airport starts yelling at me, "You can't take that. You need to check another bag." So then I had to get a bigger bag. I was buying it from somebody there. I had to get a bigger bag and pay another $200 for that and stuff everything in that bag. And I'm stressed out. I'm thinking I'm going to miss my flight. I mean, I had all these bags. It's all heavy. I'm all stressed and crazy. And by the time because they don't take the payment at the counter, you have to go over to another counter. So I did that once, and then I went back, and then they're like, "No, you can't take that." So then I had to go get a bag, and then I had to go back, and they're like, "Okay." And then I had to go back and pay it somewhere else. And by this time, so most of the flights that leave to come back this way, whether they're going to Europe or they're coming back to the US or whatever, they all leave around midnight. There's a group of flights that leaves around midnight. They all leave around the same time. Well, so by the time I've done all of this, I'm looking around, and there's nobody in the airport but me. I'm the only passenger that's in the side of the airport where I'm done checking in bags. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I still have to go through. So I go to the customs counter. They stamp my passport. Then I have to go up this escalator, and I have to go through this other thing. Oh, well, let me back this up. Wait a minute. Before I even got in the airport, you have to scan your bags to get in, take your laptops out, take your shoes off, do all that. And then so I go through with 5 bags, and I do all this crazy stuff. Well, then I get the bags, and then I have my carry-on, and I go up the escalator. You got to do it again. You got to take the shoes off, take everything out, put it all through. Okay, great. I do that, and I'm like, okay, that time's getting close for boarding. So then I'm racing, and they're starting to call the flight, and I'm racing down there, and I get to the place, and there's 2 lines, and I was business class. So the business class line was shorter. I got in that line. Great. Okay. They got to look at the passport. And this, okay, another thing. The requirement for a COVID test was being eliminated the next day. My flight was leaving at 11:59 p.m.
Oh man.
2 more minutes and I wouldn't have had to take a COVID test. So I'm having to show the COVID test everywhere. So this guy checks me, stamps, whatever, puts me through. You think that's it, right? No, I have to go through another checkpoint, and they have to check the passport again, and the ticket, and the
layers
COVID
upon
test.
layers. Then,
well, by this time, the way the lounge is built, there's the entrance way down here. This side is the coach class. The other side is business class. Well, they were already starting to board business class, and the coach class was all packed. And I'm like, I am getting on that plane right now. I am not waiting till these people clear out of the way. I am stressed out. I am going now. So I'm swimming through people. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. And I'm like, business class. And they're like, come right this way, ma'am. And I get on and I just like, oh my gosh, I was so.
You sink in your chair and you finally say, okay, I'm
so
here.
like, and they had like water and juice and stuff. And I'm like, give me some of that, please. And I was just sweating and everything. This is why when I fly on these flights, this is a travel tip. I book enough time in between because it goes from Nairobi to somewhere in Europe. I either go through Amsterdam, France, or England, like Heathrow Airport in England. And I book enough time so I have time to go either check into a yotel, an airport hotel, or go to the lounge and take a shower. Because after all of that, I needed a shower, and I just stood there in the shower. It was so great. And Gracie, why are you whining like crazy? So anyway, that's my story about my trip to Kenya and why I bring back stuff and how all that happened.
Why she uses her third bag to bring back product, because obviously freight to get product here is extremely expensive. So you're just being very, smart about how you're doing that. And of course, again, we appreciate your purchases. The women that are there in Kenya appreciate your purchases. And at the same time, it's giving these women the opportunity to grow in their craft, in their skill, in what they make and what they're creating. It's not just the paper beaded necklaces and the bracelets anymore. I mean, it went from that to such an extensive amount of inventory that Baskets and Beads now carries, because the women are creating. They're figuring out other ways, and they're also looking at other things that they can make with their hands. And so it's also housewares now. And as we continue to grow with this Fair Trade Network, we're going to be showcasing and sharing with you also these items that are not. It's not just apparel. It's not just accessories. It is housewares, it is now, there is the aprons and there's
pillows,
beautiful baskets, not just seed bead baskets, but the woven baskets that are being made as well. The ones that you can hold and carry, which I think make a great, like for a picnic, and it has holes on the side. I told Aldana, this is perfect for a bottle of wine, or if you're going to do Martinelli's apple cider is totally fine too. You might want to move your camera a little bit. I don't want it to go too far that way. But there's just so many items that, and the production of what's coming out of these women. And so, we want to be able to share those products with you. And so having the Fair Trade Network, we're going to be able to do that, to showcase them. And in addition to that, also showcasing the stories behind the product. Aldana is firsthand when it comes to interacting and working with these women. She is showing up. She is there with them. She's interacting with them. She's spending time with them and developing. She's developed over the years. She has developed great relationship with these women. She knows them by name. They're not a number. They're not just a picture. These are real women that have made connection with Aldana. I know you've even been in their homes. You've sat with them in their homes. You've catered and you've nurtured even their babies, holding their children and spending time with their children as well. So there's a real relationship that's being built here with these women. And I know that it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
It's going to continue to grow. And you know what? I know you're going to need more hands. You're going to need more people that are going to catch the vision, and something's going to ignite. We all can play a part in this, with my support to Aldana as a creative director, the things that I bring to the table. But guess what? There's going to be, and there is more room for others to get involved and to show support and to be a part of this. Just Very, very important movement. So, ooh, that was a feisty bark right there.
I think she probably barked.
We got two
Indigo.
Malinois here.
Yes.
Indigo and Gracie. So
yeah, so it's like I think they're probably going to start fighting over a toy in a minute.
Right. So do you want to at least show one more time though this beautiful tunic that you're wearing today? Limited amount, right? We only have a few different colors, but today the tunics are going for $15. So there's a limited amount in stock. Aldana was mentioning, I think there's, of course, this blue one. We have two colors of green. There's a possible white one as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
there's like
and
one
red.
off. I have to check it. It's at Fair Trade Long Beach. So if you're local, you can pop over there. But if you're interested in a red, a yellow, and maybe a white, I don't remember if that one's still there. Let me know and I can pull it when I go. I'm going this weekend to Long Beach to restock some things and happy to pull that and mail that out. But we have this one. This is a blue and like the, so it's got the little holes
on
in
the side there. Yep.
And but I'm just, you can wear it like this if you want. If you just want it loose, you don't want to use a belt, or you can put the belt on. So two ways to wear and two ways to be fashion forward.
And of course, before we sign off, again, there are a few ways that you can show support to Baskets and Beads of Kenya. Of course, the main one is to support by purchasing the products, right? But you can also share what we're doing here on Thursdays. You can reach out to your network of friends and family and share with them that, hey, listen, every Thursday, Baskets and Beads of Kenya is going live. And they are showcasing every Thursday a new piece, a new product that will be offered at a special price only for that Thursday. So that's why you want to listen in and you want to spend time with us. You want to see what we're showcasing, because that is when you want to take advantage and take the opportunity to make the purchase. But you can share with your network, whether it's through Facebook or it might be through Instagram. It might be through even email, but send the website. Let others know about what is happening with Baskets and Beads. We would appreciate that as well, that you would share with your close family and friends.
Yeah, definitely. And I will say one other thing. I did post. I did post about the trip to Kenya, and I've had some people that are actually interested in going. If you're interested in going to Kenya, there's information on the website, basketsandbeadskenya.com. It's under Mission Kenya Trip.
Yes.
There have been people who are very interested in going, and it's for whoever wants to go, but I'm going anyway. So if you want to come with me and experience this for yourself, we're going to actually be doing a mobile medical clinic, and we're also going to be hopefully helping harvest some potatoes. I think we're going to be growing potatoes then. The cabbage is coming along on the farm. I'll give you a quick update on the farm. Layla tells me that these women are working till all hours of the night. Aww. And they're working so hard and they're so excited to be part of this project. And I think it's going to do very well, that we're going to be able to spread it around. We're actually going to look at releasing the land right now. So we're actually going to look at purchasing some land up there, so we don't have to worry about, it'll be our land. This was just a start to test it out, to see how the women were going to do. Were they willing to work? And they have a great work ethic. They're working very hard, and they're excited for the opportunities to be able to feed their families and be able to earn some income, as we're also excited about being able to provide food for our ladies in Kipsongo at a very reduced rate, and then selling some on the market. So I don't know a whole lot about farming, but we have some experts that are helping us.
Well, we're going to learn, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to learn. So if you want to be part of that, we are going to stay 2 days up at Mount Elgon. There's a national park up there, so we will get to not only interact. We're going to have a women's conference up there like we did before, and do the harvesting and do the medical clinic. And then we're going to take some R&R time to check out Mount Elgon National Park, and we'll stay up there. Layla's right now. The price is estimated that I have in the Mission Kenya trip.
And where can they find that information? Is it at the basketsandbeads.com?
You go basketsandbeadskenya.com, and there's a tab that says Mission Kenya Trip. And it has a lot of information. But I put an estimated price based on, we haven't gathered all the pricing yet, because we're going to be moving around and we need transportation, and we're going to fly from Nairobi to Kitale. We're not going to drive. It takes 8 hours to drive there. And the airfare's really inexpensive. So we will do that. And then we will be taking vans up to Mount Elgon. So we're figuring out the cost of that transportation, and then the cost of lodging and the cost of our meals and all that stuff. So Layla's is recovering from being sick. So prayers for her for full recovery, but she's starting to gather the prices so we can get an actual firm amount on what it's going to cost. And then then we're going to fund the medical clinic and maybe some school supplies for kids. I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do as it gets closer. But if you're interested in going, I'd love to have you join me. There's a lot of people who've shown some interest, and it's open. So if you see it on there and you want to ask some questions, you can send me a message or an email at eldana@basketsandbeadskenya.com. Any way you can get a hold of me. I actually had somebody who saw it posted on Instagram and
direct messaged you.
Yes, she actually sent me an email and said, "Oh, I heard you speak at this event." Gosh, it was before COVID, and I've always wanted for my daughter to come to Kenya, and then I saw your post. So can we meet and talk about it? So
nice.
If you wanted to have a one-on-one, either on Zoom or meet in person. She actually volunteered she's like, "Oh, or if you want some volunteer help." I'm like, "Yes, I'm doing an event in Torrance.
Nice.
I need some help if you want to come and help break down and set up. I really need that help because my back is,
Eldana, we have a comment here from Kevin Pierce. He says, "Hey sis, I've watched this blessing grow when we all prayed for your vision that night. Love it." So there we have Kevin Pierce. Want to acknowledge you, Kevin.
He's from my veterans group.
They're starting up.
Yeah. Stop, settle.
That is our cue.
Right.
It's time.
Yeah, they're getting wound. So Brother Kev, he's from my veterans group. He's an Air Force vet. Go Air Force, just like me. So all right, everybody. So again, this tunic, this lovely tunic, you can get it for $15. That's a special. That's a real big special. It's not at that price on the website, so you have to either put comment sold or send me a message and with your email, and I will send you an invoice. Tell me what color you want, and we'll do it that way. Absolutely. We're doing it like this. Eventually, it's going to be okay. You just do this, and it'll be a little bit different, I think, as we get going. But this is what it is today, and this is the best deal. It's a great deal for this top, and I'd love to see pictures of everybody wearing it.
Yes. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All righty.
All right, everybody.
We'll be here again next week, Thursday at 5:00 Pacific Standard Time. So you have time to get the word out there, share the word, especially as Eldana is starting to share the different flyers, the digital flyers that are going up through the Facebook and the Instagram as well. You can go ahead and share that to your network of friends and family. Let them know so they can join with us every Thursday at 5:00. So next week we'll be here again with another new product as well, right? So we'll have another product and more information to share with you in that segment Thursday at 5 p.m.
And also, if you are not listening on the page, on the Baskets of Beads page on Facebook, please like the page. Eventually, we are considering maybe on part of the broadcast doing Instagram and just on the Facebook page. I don't know. We're playing around with that based on the things we see that are going on. If you're just catching us on Instagram and you haven't followed us, follow Baskets and Beads Kenya. Please follow. The more people that follow, the more eyes get upon us. The more eyes that get upon us, the more people will be aware and will possibly purchase and help the ultimate goal, which is help the ladies to build a sustainable life in Kenya.
Yes.
All right, everybody. We'll see you. Well, I will see you on Swahili Sunday. But other than that, we'll see you same time, same place here next week, 5 p.m. Pacific, and Nakupenda.
Nakupenda, everybody. All righty, guys. So you heard it. We went live again today here, and I